Jungle.
Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Aaron Gomez from The Mashup. So we're here for another week of movie talk, and I'm joined by Keanu, of course. And, I actually, before we started recording, I just saw the new trailer for Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark.
Yeah, same.
Dude, looks really good.
I'm pumped.
And, the fact that they're blending all the stories into one movie, I'm like, all right, so this is going to make sense. I don't know. I mean, it's directed by Guillermo del Toro, right?
Produced it. Is it directed? Is he the?
No.
I can't.
No. Actually, it's directed by Andre Orverdal. So he did The Autopsy of Jane Doe. If you ever seen that movie, that was pretty.
I heard of it, but I didn't see it.
Dude, it's on Netflix. You gotta catch up on that. But I mean, so we had our last episode Wednesday, I'd say. So, some news came out. Pretty much, something that was funny that popped up was actually Dark Phoenix. They actually said they reshot the movie 2 times, and they actually changed the whole final act. And this was according to the producer, Hutch Parker. And he pretty much said, they changed from fighting in space in the final act to a train. So, I mean, it sounds kind of mundane, but, I'm not even... I've kind of forgot when this movie's coming out. I think it's coming out this month.
I don't think anybody's excited for it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, wrap this up, but...
But wasn't there a rumor... that the ending, or I'm not even a rumor, wasn't it? Did he straight up say that it was too close to another superhero finale?
Yeah, so
McAvoy
said that. McAvoy said it. He said that, so this is from James McAvoy. He was actually quoted. He said, the end changed a hell of a lot. The finale had to change. So there was a lot of overlap and parallels with another superhero movie that came out a while ago, and we have no idea what that is. He didn't mention any names, but I'm guessing the closest thing to space is Captain Marvel. I don't know.
I wonder.
Yeah, it's just
I mean, not that anyone cares.
Dude, no one cares. It's just I don't even know if I'm gonna see this movie or wait till DVD.
I'm not seeing it. I already know I'm not seeing it
till streaming. I don't even know what it's projected to make, to be honest, at this point. And so just to emphasize, Hutch Parker, he said this, I'll read off his quotes. He said, there was more of a cosmic story. The story ended up in space in a much more significant way. We actually shifted that to be back on Earth, most notably so that we can involve our main characters to see them come together. He continued and said, we wanted the family to be a thing, to motivated Jean to finally embrace her identity and finally to allow love to be what allows her to transcend and evolve.
That's like a major spoiler alert.
Yeah, he's spoiling it. Oh my god!
They don't even care about the movie. They're spoiling. I'm confused.
This is a whole fucking mess, and the fact that they had to reshoot it twice and
why? Why even bother? Just why even spend the money? Nope. It doesn't even. The movie's gonna, no matter what they do, the movie's gonna open to mediocre ratings. It's gonna be. The numbers were set in stone the moment Marvel announced they were buying. Well, not even before that, because everyone's tired of the X-Men First Class was originally supposed to be the breath of fresh air, kind of just like Spider-Man, the Amazing Spider-Man was when that came out. And after Days of Future Past, Apocalypse was a dud, and nobody wanted another one. So it's this movie was always going to be mediocre, always going to have a subpar response. Why waste the money reshooting and I'm not going to call the movie a turd, but just use the terminology. Why polish a turd? Why go through all that work?
No, it's true because. Well, you said they're not going to open well. I don't even think they're going to break even the more they reshoot.
Right, exactly. The more money you put in it, that's the more money you have to make back.
And I feel bad because, dude, the cast is great. Michael Fassbender's a good actor. So is James McAvoy.
He's fantastic. They're fantastic.
Sophia Turner, Nicholas Hoult.
It's a good cast.
Fucking Katniss Everdeen. What's her name? Jennifer Lawrence.
I'm so tired of her Mystique, though.
Yeah, but I don't mean she doesn't even like doing it, to be honest.
Yeah, and that's why. I don't know. I liked her storyline. I mean, I liked what they did with her in the beginning. I liked that they made her somewhat good, somewhat bad. I mean, I'm not a comic purist where in the sense where I'm oh, she has to be evil. I was fine with that, but then it just felt it became too focused on her just because she was Jennifer Lawrence, and it was a point where it felt like they didn't know what to do with her because they had to focus so much on her. Like the fact that she's a straight up X-Men, I'm kind of a little like, I know I
It's
just said she's like
weird.
evil, but it is a little weird that she's a straight up good guy X-Men.
But let's be fucking real. Mystique's always been evil. Like
Right.
that's
Like
her lore.
and
Like I don't know.
anytime my thing is like anytime she's been good, it's been a dancing of the line.
Yeah.
Like a Loki, like a like anyone else who's like that, where they're a villain who sometimes dances the line of an anti-hero, but mainly is a villain. Like if it got to the point where she's just straight up good, and it's like, I mean, I guess.
That's what I'm saying. Like I couldn't even buy her as a villain at this point. And
Yeah, definitely.
like they literally pulled that Mystique shit out at their ass when they rebooted. First I love First Class, but I'm just saying
Yeah,
like
I love First Class.
I feel like they pulled that Charles and fucking Mystique
Yeah, that
relationship
was
just
so
out their
random.
ass. And I'm like, what,
So
dude?
random.
She's always been bad, and now like I don't know. Like even in Days of Future Past, they were like, "Oh, she got her first kill, and then she can, she's bad after that, after her first kill." I'm like, really?
Right? Yeah,
That's
that
the
was
thing
that.
that's what turns the fucking tide for Mystique. Are you kidding me? And like I hate it because Jennifer Lawrence has like stated she hates getting dressed up as Mystique, so like that's why she's always like
Changing.
filmed as Jennifer Lawrence. She's always like not in makeup. So I mean, it kind of doesn't fit the character because like Mystique's supposed to like embody mutant pride,
Right, right, right.
And yet again, in the fucking third movie, she's still like walking around as a human. It's like it doesn't make sense. Like
No,
continuity
no,
wise,
it's not even in your. That's just a fact. Like it just doesn't make sense. Like
it
it's
doesn't.
they.
Well, it's funny because Matthew Vaughn he recently said he wanted to have Tom Hardy as Wolverine, and he originally planned to have a trilogy, and Days of Future Past was supposed to be the final movie, like the final trilogy, third movie, and he actually wanted to have a second one and then go into Days of Future Past, and he said he'd love to have Tom Hardy, and I guess he just was rushed by the studio to like get Days of Future Past going.
Yeah, that's what they said. That's exactly they said. He had that whole idea, and he's like, what better can you get than bringing everybody together at the last? Like it makes sense. Everything like I think it would have definitely made more sense to do the third one as like a grand send off with the merging of the two timelines. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think Tom Hardy would be a good Wolverine, but that also doesn't make. I mean, you can recast whenever, but I mean, it doesn't make sense because Wolverine doesn't age. So the fact that they're in the same time,
Yeah.
the fact that you are merging the old with the new, it actually makes
Yeah.
more sense to have Hugh Jackman play both because Wolverine doesn't age. He has insane, ball, he has great genes, but great genes. But I'm saying,
Yeah.
but I really like Matthew Vaughn. I love Kingsman. He did a great. I love First Class. I love I love that it's a period piece. I mean, I think it's a really good standalone film.
Yeah.
But I don't know how I would have felt about the whole Tom Hardy as Wolverine. I feel like that would have just kind of been weird and unnecessary.
No, you're absolutely right. To be
But
honest.
yeah, he got rushed. They were like, Bryan Singer came back and he was like, I want to do this next. And it's like, okay, whatever, man. You ditched us for Superman and that didn't work out.
I was just gonna fucking say that. I was like, what happened to Superman 2? His name was tied to it. Like, what the fuck happened?
It
He was brought around for that. That was
Like,
going around
that
like
whole
last year.
thing. Yeah, and listen. And now he's gotten to the point where no one touches him with a 10-foot pole because of all the allegations.
Yeah, it's such bullshit. Whatever. I don't know. Just let him do his job. Like, I mean, we just talked about DC being on fire, but we need a fucking Superman movie. Like, it's kind of like
I
insulting.
know we need a good Superman movie.
It's insulting. Like at this point, and we don't even know if Cavill's coming back, man.
And
Like,
it's
what
so
the fuck?
frustrating because just like, and it feels like that this is the case for a lot of anytime for lately when a superhero movie is bad, I feel like it's just they do such a good job casting, and it's so frustrating that they don't get more. Like I love Henry Cavill's Superman. I mean, I like the initial idea of giving it a little bit of an edge. I mean, they went too far with the edge, but I did like the initial idea of giving Superman a little bit of an edge because he is, of course, like so like big blue wonder, But yeah, we definitely need a better Superman film, and it's a shame if he doesn't come back, whether it's contracts or whatever, they don't want him back. It's a shame that he never got a chance to really push his character to its limits because I think he does. I think he's a good Superman.
Yeah, it's. I don't know. Like, I mean, we'll step out of DC for a little bit because we have it later, but yeah, that's like a whole mess, and I don't know what they're gonna do. But I mean, they're doing good with their movie properties, and then we're gonna talk about Swamp Thing eventually. But Dark Phoenix. I can't even get started on that because also like we can add to the New Mutants because they're actually having their reshoots, and They're still having that scheduled release they were talking about for the third or second time they changed it. But
It's the third.
yeah, third, right? Yeah. So I think they straight up said that, oh, we're not good at planning compared to Marvel Studios.
What the?
They straight up said it. No, like I'm not lying. Like they straight up said, I don't have the quote on me, but they literally just said like, yeah, like we're not. It's hard to like get everyone in one spot because like, Marvel Studios, they really plan that shit out. I'm like, well, you guys are really fucking stupid. Like,
Yeah.
like,
You're
it's
honest.
so
Like
stupid.
you make all that money, you can't plan out. Like, come on. Like that's like a child's excuse.
That's what I'm saying, and we're not okay. Listen, we're not behind the fucking scenes, and like this is not our job, and we don't. There's a side we don't know about Hollywood and stuff, but like this is not that fucking hard, man. Like you should have it in the contract for like at least like 2 scheduled dates for reshoots for each character. Like you know what I mean? Like it should be written out somewhere in case something happens, because reshoots are common. Marvel Studios movies have it all the time, and people get worried. But like
Yeah,
no,
they're so common. They're so
common.
Yeah.
It's just I don't know. Whatever. I mean, like it's common, but like when it comes to Fox, like it's kind of a scary thing.
It's bad common. Okay. When it comes to Fox, every other film, it's common. Fox, it's bad common. It's not.
It's nuts, man.
Common.
It's just
John Wick 2. It's bad common.
whatever. This shit's over after New Mutants.
Finally.
Like finally we can like cut this thing's head off and hopefully it's done.
And give us like a straight adaptation of the X-Men, the 90s or 80s, whatever era that was, cartoon.
Oh no, yeah, that would be the perfect adaptation. Like we said earlier in our previous episode, we should use Wolverine sparingly, like the Hulk.
Yep.
Focus on Cyclops. Like fucking A, he's not a bad character.
He's not even being focused. It looks like he's not even being focused on in Dark Phoenix.
Oh my god, yeah, I forgot.
It's so
about
frustrating.
That. And he's a good actor. Ty. Fuck, what's his name? I'm gonna have to look that up.
I love James Marsden. He got the shaft. Now this kid's getting the shaft. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, Marsden. I forgot Marsden was Scott. Fuck. And what's his name? I think it's Ty Lopez.
I just keep it.
Ty Sheridan. Ty Sheridan.
Ty Lopez.
Yeah, who's Ty Lopez again? Is that the YouTube guy? Hey guys, just here with my fucking I read five books a day.
Fettuccine Lamborghini.
Yeah, see, that's how you know a stupid ad got to me.
It got to all of us.
It's so annoying. I'm like, why YouTube? Why are you doing this to me?
Oh man, that was
but
funny.
If we're gonna step away from Fox, like we'll talk about some Marvel Studios. Like Black Widow began filming in Norway under the title called Blue Bayou, and
Bayou.
But the setting was like it kind of people were thinking it's like Nat's childhood area, but like some cool tidbits is like it's gonna be directed by a female named Kat Shortland, and she kind of did like small European films, so it's kind of
that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense but like Marvel Studios has been giving their properties to like driven young small like directors that done small projects. Like nothing crazy. Like I don't know. They didn't have like Nolan or something like that. They all been driven people. Like we can say about the Russo brothers. They only did a couple TV shows.
I love Community, and it's crazy to see because I remember watching the episodes they directed like live on TV. It's crazy.
Oh, really?
To see. Yeah, it's crazy to see their journey. Like it's insane.
That is crazy. And plus, like even the director of Homecoming was like a small director, and he did like a film called Police.
John Watts.
Yeah, something like I think it was Watts, and he did something called Police. It was like a small short film. But yeah, I mean, we'll talk about it more. There's people casted such as Florence Pugh, Rachel Weisz, and David Harbour.
That's a great. I love Rachel Weisz and I love David Harbour. So like,
yeah,
kudos to them.
Yeah, kudos to them to go. And they also had Hermione.
I was just gonna ask you if that ever got confirmed because I remember that being a big thing.
Yeah, I don't think it got confirmed yet, but I think the name's just getting thrown around right now. But that'd be cool. I mean, it's just more acting power added to the Marvel slate. Like Kate Blanchett, like fucking so many names already. What they said was a very likely scenario is that Florence Pugh's character will prove to be Yelena Belova. Basically Black Widow 2 from the comics. So who Natasha turns from the side of the who turns her to the side of the Angels as Clint did for her, with Pugh taking over as the lead in future post-Endgame set sequels. So that's kind of a cool possibility. You know, they kind of throw around the story, and they were like, the project has been suspected to be a prequel about Clint Barton turning Natasha Romanoff from the dark side. But yet again, remember we talked about how, Winter Soldier, what's his name again?
Sebastian Stan.
Yeah, Sebastian Stan made a leak at a event saying that it's going to take place after Civil War and between Infinity War. So, like, I don't know what's going on. We talked about this so many times, and we're both like, whatever. But
I mean, the best way to do it is to have the film with flashbacks. So then it's a prequel and it's a midquel. So you see, like, because she's doing the same thing Clint did to her, you flash back to her when she was in training, you flash back to her when Clint saved her, then you flash back to her mission, and you can like have us cameo Winter Soldier because it'd be like a mission, and it could also still have like current repercussions because it takes place in between whatever film and whatever film.
Yeah, and like the thing is, it's not officially announced even that the Black Widow movie's coming. You know, they already have set pictures to really confirm it, and
yeah,
it's pretty much confirmed. They just, Feige and Marvel just ain't saying shit. But the due date is supposed to be May 1st, 2020. But I mean, listen, if it's Clint and Clint saving Natasha from the bad side, that puts more weight into Endgame when she sacrifices herself. You know?
Definitely.
Because she was very forgiving when Clint was like, I did bad things, and she's like, well, I did it too. So I mean, that would add more weight, which I would love. But yet again, it's not improving the universe as a whole, because it's a prequel in between, that type of film. It's not like a sequel to it's not post Endgame. That's the point. But I don't know. I really don't have that much to say on it, but it's good to see more like big names like David Harbour, because coming off of Hellboy, I think he wants like to be on a property that is likely to be better.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you were mad about what?
I was just mad that ended up being. I didn't watch the film, but it opened to mediocre. Not even. It opened to bad reviews and bad money. So and I like David, and I thought he could have did a good job, but once again, I guess he just didn't get a good enough script. So
yeah, and like, we have news on that later in like bonus round, but if we had to continue on, I wanted to ask you this because you have DC Universe on for the streaming, and Swamp Thing actually dropped this past weekend, and like, just to add on to the show, like Deadline announced that Michael Beach will be portraying Nathan Ellery. So he's pretty much described as a no-nonsense businessman with a ruthless streak. So if you guys know him from the comics, he's pretty much the guy who ordered the death of Alec Holland, which led to Swamp Thing. But you were texting me over the weekend like, wow, this show's fucking good. Like, it has James Wan's stamp all over it. But like, give me your impressions of Swamp Thing, like the first few episodes.
It's so good. So right now the first episode is the first episode has been released, and it is I was like looking up Michael Beach because I was like drawing a blank on who that was.
Black Manta's dad.
Right. Yeah. It was really good. I mean, it was DC Universe as a whole. I remember, when it first was announced, I was like, yeah, like Titans looks horrible. They need to do better if they're gonna have me subscribe to it. And then, I at that same time I was talking to someone, and I was also like, listen, like, I know the Titans isn't enough for me to subscribe, but Young Justice is, because
season 3.
Yeah, because you have to put your money where your mouth is. And like, I loved the show when I was younger, watching on Cartoon Network. I was pissed when it got canceled, and I really wanted it back. So I was like, listen, I'll pay the money, like, just for that one show, just to support it, because I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I want the show back. And then I ended up watching Titans because I was like, well, I have it now, I have to watch it. And I was like, wow, they had some horrible trailers, because this is good. Like, it's not amazing, but it's good. It's like, it's gritty, but it's also kind of like, okay, like, I kind of want gritty in this instance. Like, it's like, it's brutal, but I like it. Then, Doom Patrol came out, and I was raving about it. I love it. And then I was like, I'm still waiting for Young Justice season 3 part 2, and Swamp Thing already looked interesting, so might as well keep it subscribed even longer and watch the first episode. And it was so good. It was the cinematography, it straight up looks like a film. Like, you straight up look like you're watching a film. The horror aspect is surprisingly like straight. Like, it's there's a point I messaged you where it just went straight up horror, It went straight up body horror. It went straight up. Like the closest thing I could think of is Ash versus Evil Dead without the comedy. Without the comedy.
Okay, so that's serious.
So but it works for it, and it's like you get engrossed in it, and you get super invested. All the actors are strong. All the characters are strong. The lore is really interesting so far. Swamp Thing looks badass.
Oh, you see him already?
Yeah. You get a little look at it, and he looks so badass. I love it. It's so good. I'm definitely gonna stay subscribed to see it every week because it's really good.
Yeah, I was just telling your ass. I was like, "Yeah, stop talking," because you're literally gonna get me to fucking watch it. And, that's
you get 1 month. You get 1 month, and when this season's on its last episode, and you watch Titans.
Oh, that's what I'm gonna do.
Doom and Strange all in one go. Because I'm not really. I don't think I'm gonna be into Stargirl. Stargirl looks like it's more of like the CW type.
Yeah, fuck that. Yeah.
It looks like it's just a little too. I don't know. Like I'm just not interested in it. But Swamp Thing, Doom Patrol, Titans, gritty, badass.
Yeah, no, because I think that's the key to DC Universe is that disparity between different shows, like how Marvel does it. Like Winter Soldier's a political thriller. Like stick to your guns. Swamp Thing isn't even a big property, so it's like why do you make it a good horror movie and then have some hints of comic book shit? Yep. That's how they should do. And like we talked about it. Like DC's on fire, except Batwoman was what I said, but I don't know. I'm judging, but. I don't even have DC Universe. So they're releasing episodes every week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's how they, okay.
But I guess it also works for me because I've actually, with the new job, I've gotten so busy that it's like, okay, every Friday I look forward to going home and putting on the app. So I actually prefer it that way.
Well, no, it's like you're not even the only one that says it's really good. I'm getting, like, the reviewers I look on YouTube, they love it. Like, I don't think there's been a rating yet, but, like... From looking at it, it just looks disturbing. The way it's shot.
Yeah,
it's just It's like it looked like for me like watching what's going on in Louisiana, spreading. It just looked like
nauseating, like
uncomfortable and unsettling, and it felt like the Thing mixed with natural elements. And it was and I don't know, but it does convince me to want to watch it because they've been killing it on streaming. I think I'd like to say so far, Doom Patrol's the top, and then maybe Swamp Thing for now.
Yeah,
and then Titans. But when I say Titans is last, it's not even a bad thing. You know what I mean? Like I'm not saying it's a bad thing. And plus, they're if we're going to the next tidbit, Harley Quinn is coming out too for DC, and it's going to be an animation. So. They have Alan Tudyk, who's going to be the Joker.
Oh, he's so good. So good. He's in Doom Patrol.
Oh shit! I didn't even know that. So
that's
so
good.
But that's the thing. There's a rumor saying DC streaming service is struggling, but they're still shooting out content. But who knows? DC Universe and how Netflix, they really those streaming services don't really release their numbers because especially Netflix, they don't really tell you if it's a success unless they just straight up say, "Oh, it's a success." They don't release any data. But it's getting for Harley Quinn, it's getting spearheaded by Paul Dini and Bruce Timm. And you have Lake Bell who's playing Poison Ivy. How do you say this guy's name?
Diedrich
Bader. Yeah, Bader setting up as Batman. So they actually sent an image of it, they're getting the tone. What are your thoughts on a Harley Quinn show? Because she's gotten so much popularity just from Suicide Squad and Margot Robbie.
I'm definitely gonna watch it. I have the app. I'm just gonna keep the app. I'm watching everything else on the app. But I'm not super excited. I feel like we definitely got a lot of Harley Quinn lately. I feel like she's a little overexposed. I feel like she could sometimes be kind of annoying just with some of her aspects. But I love Alan Tudyk as the Joker. It's DC's already shown that. On the app, they're dark as hell. So I'm sure that the cartoon is gonna be an Adult Swim basically cartoon, just uber violence and just insanity. So in that regard, I'm excited for it because it's gonna be kind of I'm sure it's there's nothing. It's animated, but it's it's not even even raunchier than Family Guy in the sense that it's just straight up just nonsense and just action and I'm assuming there'll be blood. So I'm interested. I'm definitely gonna check it out.
Yeah. What else? Have you heard anything else in their lineup? Because I think that was the limit. Young
It's
Justice and Harley Quinn, and then
well for animated, yeah, and then
yeah,
well off the top of my head, and then you have Stargirl, and I feel like there's one more thing. Well, there's Titans season 2, obviously. The
yeah.
Titans season 2 already got renewed. Um, and then I'm waiting for Doom Patrol to get renewed. So here's the thing, right? Is like you said they're really putting out content, but that's like all this stuff. I mean, granted, if the app was doing horrible, they could cancel it. But all this stuff is all stuff that they announced like right when they announced the streaming service. So I think a lot of stuff they already put the money up. They already like put the initial investment out, and I feel like Doom Patrol season 2 and like Swamp Thing season 2 and Young Justice season 2, like those are, if those get renewed, those are going to be what determine how we feel about the app and if it's doing well enough, all things considered. Because like you said, they don't release the numbers.
Data. Yeah, they really don't release numbers, but like you were saying,
in the beginning of the app, which I told you in the beginning, there wasn't enough to even justify paying for it. Mm-hmm. In the beginning, it was having a hard time because, the initial numbers from like a third party survey, they basically were like, yeah, like everyone being interviewed isn't buying it. They said it's too much. They said that they already have enough streaming services. So I know when it first came out, it like everything was like pointing to it not having a good launch. But now the question is, with Doom Patrol being so critically acclaimed, with Swamp Thing looking so interesting, with Young Justice, Young Justice came near the beginning, with all the new comics being added, if all those things they did to improve it were enough to bump the numbers up to keep it going.
No, what you said is like correct, because I was looking at reviews because you sold me, because like we're the nerds, like DC streaming service provides a lot of things. Like when you said the comic book thing, that was really selling me on it. And I watched some videos like, oh, is DC Universe worth it? And like it's the same thing what reviewers have been saying, like kind of universally, like not at first, because it's like, they're still trying to snowball it and get it bigger. But I think down the line it will absolutely be worth it, especially if you're a DC fan. And plus the comic book edition, which is so new, in my opinion. Like, will Marvel take that formula with the addition of comics eventually? Who knows? That could be tied to Disney Plus maybe down the line, because you know how Disney is. You got to adapt. But it's like the comic aspect was attracting me because, dude, you heard about what's his name? I'm forgetting. What's his name? Tom King leaving Batman.
Yeah, because and I definitely not to get derailed, but I definitely think that's because his people, like I think number. Well, I don't know. Actually, I don't know enough of the actual numbers to say it, but the rumor is that the numbers were going, like he was playing a very long game, and like they put that whole stunt with the issue 50 or whatever being the wedding and not ended up being the wedding. Yeah. So, and a lot of people got pissed at that, and so and he was just playing like a really long storyline and a really long game that felt like a little
too drawn out.
Yeah, and so the rumor was that like the numbers were dwindling, so they told him they had to put somebody else on instead of him, but then they were like, they love him because he's like critically acclaimed or whatever. Yeah. So they gave him Batman Catwoman as a way to take, because he basically had 15 issues left, because he always said he was doing 100 issues.
Yeah, he's doing 105, I thought, or something like that.
He's always doing 100. Yeah. And then they announced that he's wrapping up at 85 and then jumping over to his own limited series, a 1 year series of Batman Catwoman. Yeah. And that equals out to like 96 or whatever. So he's only going to be like 4 short, but oh man, and that's not even to get into like Heroes in Crisis, like the nonsense that, oh man, I could go on for the
because I was asking people straight up, like, what do you think of King's interpretation? And people were like, he has his up and downs. It's
either you love it or hate it. Like,
I hear mixed things. I hear he's good here and he has his up and downs. Like I still have to read the Snyder run. Yeah, like, I gotta finish it actually. Yeah, in entirety. And
you gotta get the DC Universe app.
I know. That's the part that was convincing me. I was like, fuck. But at the same time, I like having my physical comics. Like I have a whole stash of like physical hardcovers and like the whole volumes and shit. But the app was really convincing me. Yeah, I'm just like a physical person. I like having the physical book in front of me at the same time. But I do want to finish Snyder's run and then start King's. King's a
Like I feel like
badass
King
though.
is a perfect thing is a perfect excuse to get the app because it's like it's because you don't know if you're gonna love it or hate it. It's gonna be
Yeah,
annoying if you buy it, the whole collection, the whole
touche.
omnibus or whatever, and then don't end up liking it. Whereas if you could use the app, to $7, you read almost the whole thing, and then you're like, and if you really like it, you're like, you know what? Maybe I'll buy this in person, so I still have that collector's edition.
So what Keanu's trying to say is that he's getting paid by DC right now.
I'm getting paid in joy from watching Swamp Thing and Doom Patrol.
Yeah, no, that's funny. And like in addition to like Harley Quinn and stuff, like she just got so much involved, recognition because of Suicide Squad and Margot Robbie, and that's actually getting taken off. Like Birds of Prey is going. And Elizabeth Winstead says she's playing like an assassin that was she was involved in it since her childhood, and like it's kind of like a '90s feel for it, which is pretty cool. But like,
She's Huntress, right?
what's up?
It's Huntress, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, Huntress. Yeah, it's Huntress. But like, I don't know. DC's doing fine. I mean, as long as they're shipping out content, and like Marvel's gonna end up doing that too because of the streaming service. Like they'll be okay. Like I said earlier, I'll wrap it up. Like Disney service, I think it just needs to snowball a little bit. Gets at least like a couple more properties out, and then I would definitely invest in it this like eventually down the line. But yet again, there's so many fucking streaming services. Like it's kind of hard to funnel everything.
Yeah.
Into one because it's like all these streaming services are equaling a whole cable bill at this point. Like eventually,
I think the one that makes me the most angry, and I feel like an idiot for paying for it, but I had to was CBS All Access and Twilight Zone. I'm a huge fan for Twilight Zone, so I was forced to get it because I wanted to watch it. So
I know. I'm waiting. I'm waiting until pretty much the first season's wrapped up, and then I'll
is
do
wrapped
like
up.
Oh, it's wrapped up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was actually wrapped up after like a month and a half because it was only like eight episodes or something.
Oh, they had 8? I thought they only had 3. Like, oh, that's weird. I didn't even watch them. I only watched the first one, the comedian one with
something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Nanjini. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a whole nother thing. CBS All Access. Like my brother has, DirecTV. What's it called? DirecTV. It's another streaming service, pretty much off of DirecTV, but it combines with like HBO. So that's what I'm saying. Like Fandango has their own shit, like with movies. It's just so much. Like I don't know how. It's literally losing its identity and becoming another cable bill, but just fragmented into different parts in a bill.
Absolutely.
So DC Universe. We'll wrap that up and we'll move on. Godzilla King of Monsters impression.
I see it, man.
Yeah, see, I saw it this weekend. So, it's currently at 39% at Rotten Tomatoes. So that's off of 241 votes, and the audience score is 86. Metacritic is 47%. I like the movie. 2014, people were bitching that Godzilla wasn't, shown a lot, and I completely agree with it. But we kind of got what we wanted in this one, and the critics are saying this. Oh, there's a lack of human development for the human characters.
I don't care about no humans.
That's what I'm saying. Like, shit, it's a Godzilla movie. Yeah, it's a Godzilla movie. It's not going to be a fucking Oscar or Academy Award winner. Like, what do you expect from it? And it was definitely better than Kong in my eyes. I thought Kong was like kind of mediocre. But it didn't deserve a 39%. Like, this is like why I'm losing trust in Rotten Tomatoes here and there with like a couple things. Like, I thought there's been multiple movies this past year I thought they were really good, and now they're getting shitted on. And 39%, I don't think that deserves it. Like, my personal rating was like an 8 out of 10. If you know what you're getting into, it's just all monster fights, and no one gives a fuck about Millie Bobby Brown. Like,
if you're invested in her character, watch Stranger Things.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And like these characters, like there's some good names, and the CGI was on point, and the fights were on point. It's just annoying because we're gonna look stupid as an audience when they're giving it low ratings, and we've been bitching about it's not showing enough Godzilla when we just got what we like asked for. So I'll tell you this though, like it teases the shit out of King Kong. Like that's not even a spoiler alert. Like they
because I mean we been knew that the Kong did Godzilla. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time saying that. We been knew that was coming, so you knew that would be teased because they gotta set it up.
No, yeah, Godzilla versus King Kong is coming March 13, 2020. It's the same day that Masters of the Universe, or same week that Masters of the Universe is coming out. So that's around that area.
That'll be some big competition because I just feel like I feel like they're not the same film, but it's like I feel like they have the same, excuse me, atmosphere, like the same, fighting.
They got the same fighting and like the same '90s nostalgia. That's what I'd say. Like it's literally Saturday morning cartoons for us, like with these two movies. So like Godzilla was projected to make around 50 million, which is still not good, and it made 49 million opening weekend. So it's kind of disappointing because Godzilla, prior to 2014, his American run was shit. The '98 Godzilla.
Yeah, that movie was bad.
Yeah, and this movie, like it set it up, and King Kong's literally mentioned like so many times, and I mean it's not really a spoiler alert, but like for like normal people, like they literally throw it out there, but they don't really show him. I guess like Godzilla versus Kong, I don't know how that's gonna work out because apparently Kong is a teenager in the movie, in his own movie. So I'm like, I don't know how can that island hold him if he's gonna get bigger? To be honest, like
they're gonna in the next one they're gonna go to Skull Island. It's just gonna be him sitting there, like he takes up the whole island.
Legit, and he's just chilling there, and like there's no island. It's just his ass sitting on there. Like,
I mean, you're not wrong.
No, like I legit like the little continuity thing. They needed to plan it out. Like I don't know if they planned Kong to be a fucking connected movie. Oh, I guess they did because of the end credit scene. But
they did because they said that line because they said he's only a teenager. I feel like they filmed the movie, and then because remember when this happened because Legendary changed their distributors or whatever. Because Godzilla and Kong were two separate studios, and then I think it was Legendary changed their distributor to Warner Brothers or whatever, and then Warner Brothers was releasing Godzilla, and that's how they ended up being able to make the MonsterVerse combined. So when they did that, I think Kong was wrapping up production. So I think in reshoots, the word of the episode, I think they ended up adding that. I mean, I'm just inferring that they ended up adding that line to make it show like, oh, he's as big as you would expect in a Kong movie, but he gets bigger.
Yeah, I mean, okay, if they ran with that bullshit, like, oh, he's a teenager, sure, I guess, but like, yet again, like teenagers don't grow that much more when they're an adult. I guess. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, I get what you.
It just doesn't make that fucking sense. You should have said
the puberty of a monster gorilla is
is ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. And I'm just like, how the fuck is he a teenager? Like, you should have said he's a baby at that point, and that's why.
Maybe they did. I can't remember. What was the line? I can't remember.
They legit said he was a teenager.
Okay.
He's still growing because I just watched a movie yesterday on fucking TBS or something or TNT, and John C. Reilly's like, oh, Kong's just a teenager.
Yeah, literally.
I'm like, all right, fucking thank you for the exposition, John C. Reilly. It's just if they called him a baby, that's why he likes Brie Larson. And like he's attracted to her. Like maybe that'd make a little bit more sense. But they said he's a teenager. I'm like, listen, you guys obviously just. I guess it's a fucking movie. I get you can have that, but I'm just saying like teenagers don't grow that much. From a fucking, it just bothers the shit out of me, man. It really does. King Ghidorah was great, Mothra was great, Rodan was great, but yet again, the movie I'd like to say is mainly Godzilla and King Ghidorah, and. Like I grew up with Godzilla, but not to the extent like my older brothers, because I don't know. That's Godzilla was more of like an early '90s thing when we were babies. Like I don't know. I didn't really follow it. Did you follow Godzilla a lot?
No. It was total. I remember watching the '98 American one, and I remember when I got older, doing research on the class, the whole series in Japan. But I've never really paid close attention to it till it had a resurgence.
Yeah, so like my early impressions of Godzilla, I'd say was 98 Godzilla. That was like
fight.
Yeah, but let them fight.
I love that line. Let them fight.
That's the thing. This movie needs at least 2 Asian people because obviously they gotta fucking attract the Asian market and not be disrespectful.
Yeah. No, you're not wrong.
It's true. It's like no one wants to say it, but I'm like, you're throwing 2 Asian people so you can like no disrespect. Like this is an Asian property, but I mean, moving on from Godzilla, so in courtesy
This
of
piece of news, man. This
You heard-
this
did
I
you-
would I would
did
I
you
would
hear
have been
about
cool to
this?
see. Yeah, it would have been cool to see, man.
I don't know. Okay, so for the audience, writer from X-Men First Class, Zach Stentz, was in an interview, that they were potentially writing in 2011 a culmination movie with Fantastic Four, X-Men, Daredevil, and Deadpool, which is such a crazy culmination. But I'll let the quote speak for itself, and this is him. My ex-partner and I, when we were working at Fox and we were working on X-Men First Class, we did a secret movie for them that I can't tell you what the plot was, but I can tell you that it used all of the characters, all of the Marvel characters that Fox had at the time in 2011. It used X-Men, it used the Fantastic Four, it used Daredevil, it used Deadpool, and Daredevil was still a Fox property at the time. We almost had Paul Greengrass directing it, which would have been so cool, but he had another project to do instead. It didn't end up going, but it was a script I was really proud of, and it would have been really good. So I need to look up Paul Greengrass's filmography real quick, but what are your thoughts on that? Like, this is 2011. Like, it's a different condition now because what we think of these movies, but like, would you like a culmination movie like that?
Absolutely, and I think the biggest reason being that with how Marvel does their films, the option of having Daredevil, Fantastic Four, X-Men, then Deadpool all in a film, even though they're all owned by the same company now, seems way less likely now than it did back then.
Oh, absolutely.
So that's why I wish it would have happened, because it would have been, I mean, even if it was a crappy film, it would have always been a crazy crossover, and that would have been enough to keep it cemented in history. It would have been a cult classic no matter what. So that's why I'm like kind of disappointed that it didn't happen, because it just, that's a really cool combination to have. Plus, if it had any of the cast from any of the films, I'm saying like X-Men 3 is crap, but like I like the cast of it for the most part. Any of the Fantastic Four would have been fine. I mean, so I miss it, man. I wish they would have did it.
Yeah, it's just such a weird group of people. Like,
it's so weird. It's literally like
so weird. I don't know how it would mix.
It's like if you had to make, like, it's like if you wanted a bowl of cereal and like you don't have enough to make a real good. You don't have enough for the kind you want, so you take all of the little itty bits you have left over in your cabinet, and you're like adding Lucky Charms and Cocoa Puffs and like Cinnamon Toast Crunch. They're all good. They're all good flavors, and on their own, they make sense, but also you own them all and you want to eat them all, so let's just see what happens.
It's just, so I think the part that throws me off is the Daredevil and Deadpool part. And when did Daredevil come out? I mean, Deadpool come out? Like, it didn't come out at that time.
No, it came out
way later, 2008.
It came out 2000. No, what? No,
I'm tripping.
2000 what?
14.
14. I want to say 4. Is it 2014 or 2015?
Is
it 16?
I have no
clue. Like 16. I'm gonna tell you right now. Is it 16? I feel like it's 16. Yeah, 16.
It would have been an Avengers, but not set up. It's just been so fucking weird because Fantastic Four already has like a mixed bag. X-Men's always been a mixed bag. Daredevil was shitted on. Like, are they gonna use Affleck? Like, Deadpool wasn't even casted, and I don't think people are ready for like the fourth wall breaking and be like, wait, what? Like, this wasn't set up. Like, it'd be a lot, but I would be down to watch it. I don't know. Like, Daredevil's human. Like,
he can. Hawkeye's human. Black Widow's human.
Yeah.
He can hang with them. He can.
Yeah, you said Hawkeye. That proves a point.
I love Clint.
So I'm guessing like. He said he couldn't reveal the plot. I don't think this involves, multiple realities. I think it's just the universe that they just never mentioned, making its own separate films to add, like, make a culmination in this. But I mean, it'd be cool, I guess, and I don't think it would have panned off well. But I was looking at Paul Greengrass's record. He's fucking really good of a director.
Yeah, I went to look at it and then I got distracted. Let's see, film.
Okay. He did the Bourne movies, Supremacy and Ultimatum. He did Captain Phillips. He did Jason Bourne, the recent one. He did the United 93.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, it's Jason Bourne. I don't really know the rest of them.
He loves himself some Matt Damon.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, he loves Matt Damon.
The
Matt
whole first row
Damon.
of films is all Matt Damon.
Yeah. I'm thinking of World Police, Team America. He's like, Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
Yeah, actually, I'm like, if Paul Greengrass did take this under his and he helmed it,
It probably would have been dope, man. Or at least it would
it
have
would have been
action
dope.
scenes.
Yeah, it would have good action scenes, and plus, like, I would love to see Daredevil. With Daredevil always has good action scenes. Like, I don't know what it is. I thought Daredevil with Ben Affleck was a guilty pleasure because I saw it in theaters when I was a kid and we were young, and I liked it. I didn't hate it. I was like, this is pretty fucking cool.
I liked it. I didn't hate it.
Yeah, no, but like as a kid, you're like, oh, this is cool as shit. Like, I really don't mind it, and I mean, people shit on it, but like I haven't watched it again. I don't know if it holds up well. Maybe not because it's like Evanescence playing in the background with Jennifer Gardner.
Yeah, I love me some Evanescence, man.
Yeah, that song was so popular when that dropped. But like, whatever. It's in the past. It's a lost opportunity, but the writer kind of admitted it because he's like, I'm not tied to Fox anymore. So it's like they wouldn't, they couldn't really sue his ass for anything, but who knows. So more news. It's kind of redundant, but Robert Pattinson, quote unquote.
Well, you can finally officially say it because it's been a rumor since
since God knows how long we've recorded
my first episode.
Yeah, it's not official. Well, okay, we can say it's official because now multiple outlets are saying he's the new Dark Knight. And
no,
today,
it is official. Matt Reeves, I think Matt Reeves confirmed it.
Yep. Today, Matt Reeves, or yesterday, he took to Twitter, to confirm it was him. And just to update you guys on the Dark Knight, I can't even call it. It's so far called the Batman, but Matt Reeves is planning a trilogy. And to keep you guys posted, according to Forbes, there are indeed plans to have the Penguin and Catwoman appear. A new version of the Riddler, Alfred Pennyworth, and Commissioner Gordon. So, like, it sucks we're going to have to see J.K. Rowling and Irons get replaced.
J.K. Rowling.
I mean, Simmons.
Nah. J.K. Rowling is Commissioner Gordon from now on.
Yeah, so J.K. Rowling wrote another gay.
And everybody's gay.
Yeah, everybody's gay. That's the thing. Yeah. J.K. Why the fuck?
But only after the film comes out does she reveal it.
Yeah, so first Ty Lopez and not J.K. Rowling. J.K.
This
Simmons.
Is a funny episode. I'm cracking
up. I know,
up.
because I just like, I don't know. I'm just fucking whatever.
You're out of it.
Yeah, there's like more stuff that's coming up, like a possible rumor that Robin will be in it, and it's gonna be in a '90s setting, but it's not a reboot. I mean, it's not a prequel. And we said this multiple times. It's a POV, point-driven point of view of a noir type of movie, and Matt Reeves went on Mike and said it's inspired by Jekyll and Hyde because you can kind of understand how Bruce Wayne has that second persona. Keanu, we've dragged this out so much. I'm excited. Tell him Robert Pattinson get a fucking tan and get 20 pounds of muscle, and you're good. Robin, I think it's too early because he's a young Batman, but maybe in the trilogy we can establish that.
I want them to set it up because I just feel like there's so many storylines that they can do, but a lot of them depend on us getting a Robin and losing a Robin, or just getting a Robin. You know what I'm saying? So if they don't, I'm fine with maybe not having him being in the film the whole film, but I want the film at least to end with him being like, oh, here's my Robin, so that the next film we can have a Robin, and in the third film we can, in between 2 and 3, we could either lose a Robin in between them, and then there could be the new Robin and also Red. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like a lot of potentials open up by introducing him on the earlier side.
It's just I just think that if we had a Robin right now, I think he's too young. I think like Pattinson might be like 30 something, but he looks like a 20-year-old.
Yeah, he definitely does.
Having a Robin now, like, he's gonna have to be younger, like a lot younger, in my opinion. And that's just kind of weird because it's going to be jogging for me because I think I don't think he should be in the first movie. I think Robin should be established in the second movie. Like, maybe he's mentioned as a cameo as a kid that sees him in the first one. And then in the second one, he's established.
Here's what we do. In the first movie, it ends after, like, mid-credit scene, Bruce going to the circus. And then you see from his point of view, his like happiness at seeing the circus turn into like a distraught face as like Dick's parents are killed, and then that's the end credit scene, and then it sets it up so the next film you immediately have Robin.
Yeah, that's cool. I would like that. And the fact that this movie's being ambitious as fuck with 6 villains, which I'm excited for. Like, I think we need more villains and stop recycling characters because I don't want Penguin and Catwoman to be the main villain, which I don't think they are. I think they're just mentioning them. I don't know. If I had a trilogy, it would just been like a cameo by Robin as a kid. Second movie, he's Robin. Third movie, Red Hood, and ends it. Like, because you already have that relationship established throughout 3 movies.
But then it's like, do you just skip over Dick to get Todd, or do you just make Todd the first Robin?
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you do need a Nightwing. Fuck, that just makes it hard.
That's why I'm like, there's
It
so
makes
many
it so
stories.
fucking hard.
But you need Robin early on so you can have those story beats. You need the passing of the torch. You need the losing of the torch with the crowbar.
Dude, fuck Robin. Like, we just how are you gonna put him in the Justice League? How are we gonna do Batman and Justice League? Seriously.
I mean, I feel like at this point, Justice League ain't happening for another like decade. We ain't get another one until who knows when.
All right, so I guess we're just gonna say fuck it because a lot of the Joker movie's a standalone.
Yeah, no, that's DC's definitely at the point where it's just like, you know what, guys, we can't replicate Marvel. Well, they can if they want to. They just don't seem to be competent enough. So they're like, you know what, let's just make some good movies.
Okay, but like,
which is what they should have did.
Well, this is the thing. They fucked themselves. And it started with Ben Affleck. Not because of his casting. They kind of drained him of his will to fucking direct this movie.
Absolutely. Yep.
You know? Yep. So once you fuck up Ben, we already have a good Aquaman. We already have a good Wonder Woman. And we have Superman who's already dubious about if he's coming back. It's like, they fucked it up. And it kind of, I mean, now that you mention it, like, oh, we're not going to have a Justice League for a while. I'm like, I think they're just going to go we're just going to throw out content and not really care about continuity. But I don't know. I would love to see Batman with, Jason Momoa. And I ship fucking Wonder Woman and Batman. It's like,
oh man, I love them in the DCAU. I love them in Justice League, the cartoon. I love them in Justice League, the movie. I want me some Batman. I think they're cool as hell as a couple. I want them to be. They have some great chemistry.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And it's just I don't know. I don't know what we're getting. I really don't know who's. I mean, they technically have like a Kevin Feige-esque guy. He's like some Japanese dude.
But isn't he just like a Warner Brothers? Isn't he just like technically a Warner Brothers like executive?
Yeah, he's not like in.
And also, didn't he just get? Isn't he going to be let go when the AT&T merger finishes?
Huh, who knows? I mean,
Jeff Jones should be. That's how you say his name, right?
Jeff Jones for who?
Like the dude who wrote Blackest Night and then took over all the. Is it Geoff?
Oh, I don't know. Jeff Johns. Yeah, Jeff Johns.
Jeff Johns. Okay,
yeah.
Jeff Johns. Jeff Johns should be the Kevin Feige.
Yeah, like, but they tried doing that. Remember? He was signed on, but I don't know if he's still doing it.
But I feel like, but the question is, when he was signed on doing it, was he actually getting his say across? You know what I'm saying? Was it one of those things where it was only in his name that he was able to? That's what I feel like because he's so good. Like he's Blackest Night was amazing. And then he took. I mean, Flashpoint was all right, but he's in charge of Doomsday Clock, isn't he? He's writing Doomsday Clock. Doomsday Clock is crazy cool, crazy good.
See, I'm waiting for it to wrap up so I can just buy the whole volume.
Especially with all the delays. It's like
exactly
a year off its schedule. So definitely, I'm the same thing. I'm waiting till last issue comes out, and then I'm reading all 1 through 11.
Yeah, because dude, they just dropped Doomsday Clock news today, and I'm like, I haven't been keeping up with it. And I was like, well, dude, it's been a year. I'm like, they still haven't wrapped it up.
No, it's definitely off of its schedule, but half a year to a year.
But whatever. I'd rather have them not rush it.
But the guy who's doing the art his art is phenomenal, and I think that's a lot to do with it.
That's fine with me, but I forgot to mention this on the whole Tom King thing. So Batman did lose in sales to the Incredible Hulk, which has never happened.
That run is so good.
Really?
It's just like Swamp Thing. It's like a horror. It's like a body horror, supernatural. It's so good, dude. I'm gonna buy it when it comes out.
Wait, did they start a whole new run, or is it already in midway through?
It's in midway through. But they started the new run a year ago. It has Warren Ellis, I think.
That's author, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait for the volume because I'm about to buy the new Avengers volume with fucking Ghost Rider, but they're already 3 volumes deep, so I'm just gonna buy them.
Yeah, brother. Yeah.
wait for that because I just wait for my volumes to come out so I can have like a hard copy and just binge through it.
It's easier and most of the time better that way.
Yeah, I mean, like when I heard the Incredible Hulk surpassed it, I was like, wow, that's very surprising because Hulk's not like that big of a character. But the fact that you're saying it's like a horror thing, like they should do it. They should do it like Frankenstein.
That's exactly how they're doing it. That's exactly how they're doing it.
Fuck! Now I gotta read it.
So it's but it's not Incredible Hulk. It's is it the Undying Hulk? I think he's called.
Undying. Here, let me look that up.
Or the Immortal? Is it Immortal Hulk? I think it's Immortal Hulk. What is it? Yeah, it's against Immortal. Yeah. Immortal Hulk. Yeah, the thing is crazy. Hulk. And he's drawn like He's kind of like drawn like Frankenstein with like that scary, like crazy, like head. I'm telling you, man, it's really good.
Oh, his head's nuts. What the hell?
He's scary. He's scary.
Yeah, he is scary.
And every cover is done by Alex Ross, and every cover is like disgusting. It's so.
You know you're in good hands if you have Alex Ross.
Like beautiful.
Yeah,
it's going on. It's going on as like sixth reprinting of the first one because it keeps selling out.
Yeah, I actually saw this at the comic book store in Philly, the Atomic Comics. Yeah, I saw Immortal Hulk. Damn. Well, I like the art because it's like an old school-esque cover, and like you said, it's Alex Ross. I mean, that means a lot. Damn, I'm gonna have to look I have like a whole fucking note section for like comic books I have to read in like events. So
Immortal Hulk, man, that's one of the freshest things out right now.
Yeah, but like back to Batman, Jekyll and Hyde. Obviously, we kind of understand that. I hope they stick their guns and like not focus on too. I mean, let them have good villains, but let them be like small cameos and stuff. Because Batman's piecing a murder or something like that. But
right.
That's just what I want. We can move on. Like speaking of Tom King, the New Gods movie's coming out, and their new co-writer, AKA, is Tom King, and
DC loves him.
Yeah, I mean, isn't Tom King a former CIA agent? Do you hear about that? And
yeah,
he's writing comics.
Yeah.
So now he's teaming up with Ava DuVernay, who did Selma and Wrinkle in Time. It's Wrinkle in Time's mixed. I don't know how Selma is. She, Ava is very active on Twitter. She pretty much confirmed it, and just like to add more shit to Tom King, he did Swamp Thing, Nightwing, The Vision, and Mr. Miracle, which got him the Eisner Award. So it's like cool.
I heard his Mr. Miracle and Vision run were fantastic.
Yeah, I think that was the Vision run with the family and stuff. Like,
yeah.
I saw some cover art of it, but I haven't read it. Tom King. This is why I thought he left, was because he wanted to do this. But yet again, now that you're clarifying it, that they should have just wrapped it up because he's kind of extending his run to just cut it at 80. Who knows? And plus, you said the Catwoman and Batman run, so it's like Tom King's involved. Like I don't.
Oh, they definitely. Like again, like I'm not. It's pretty obvious that his sales were declining, but they love Tom King, as you can see, and so they didn't want to like fall out of his good graces. So they were like, "Listen, we're gonna take you off Batman, but we're gonna let you finish your story. We're gonna straight up give you another series for you to straight up do whatever you want." Because then it's like because for DC, it's not the pressure of like Batman being outsold by the Hulk. It's a limited series, Batman Catwoman being outsold by the Hulk, and that's not a bigger thing. But Batman is one of their top sellers, so they have to continuously hit it, like hit the ground running, and so that's why they did what they did.
Yeah, it's I like now that you're mentioning it, it just makes sense. But from my perspective, I thought it was kind of like a Game of Thrones move where like he's switching to another property like DB Weiss was to Star Wars. I don't really know much about the New Gods, but it's kind of sounding similar to the Eternals. Actual strong omnipotent beings. What are your thoughts on it?
And I think they're the type of like back when I was younger and I first got into comics. Remember how we were talking about how like Iron Man and Captain America were like C tier, B tier?
Yeah.
Well, the Eternals and the New Gods are kind of like that for me now, where it's like they're the type of characters that like real comic book fans are constantly aware of and dealing with. And I'm a real comic book fan, but sometimes, lately I'm so busy I can't read them all. So like I keep hearing about them. I know about them. I know some of their backstory. I know some of the events they're in, but I don't know them all the way. And in that regard, Eternals and New Gods are very similar for me. so that I also think that for some reason they're similar in my head. So I completely agree with you. Even if we're wrong, I feel the same way.
It's just weird because like once they get released, it's people are going to compare them. To be honest,
Definitely, yeah, no matter what they are.
And it's kind of like, who planned what first? I feel like Marvel had it first, but I think they did because they already had their director. They're already shooting out cast members. I think they're just finishing up their script with New Gods. So it's like, I don't know. It just sucks because like for the audience wise, it's just like fuck. We're just kind of rehashing, but we're not rehashing, but we kind of are.
I'm pretty sure. I think because I'm looking up now. I think DC greenlit New Gods before Marvel.
Okay.
Greenlit Eternals.
Fuck. It's just like you said, I don't know the property either. Ava DuVernay, great director, sometimes has a hit or a miss, but who doesn't? Fuck it. Like, I'll watch it. And we're going to bonus round. Same thing, like the Eternals. They have an incredible cast, but now they're having, reports that Keanu Reeves is maybe up for a role.
Dude, I'd be so pumped for that. I love Keanu Reeves.
No, Keanu deserves it at this point. He's been.
I want him in the MCU so bad.
He's been so low key until like John Wick, or since like.
No, you're right. No, you're
after
right.
the Matrix, right. After it's Matrix,
Yeah.
Then he had another break, and then John Wick was like his revitalization.
Yep.
And he does deserve it because he's going to be with Ninjani, whatever his face is, and Angelina Jolie, and now Richard Madden.
That's a strong cast, man.
Already, and it's being directed by the first female Asian director for a Marvel property, which is cool. And like I said, it's a synopsis kind of leaked, and they're saying the movie set millions of years ago with a focus on the Celestials and Deviants. I don't know much. Like, I really don't know much, and it's like weird because this movie's gonna really tip the power scale, and I kind of don't like it. Because I said this to you before. Captain Marvel's way too fucking strong. Like, you said it right. She should be strong as Thor in the MCU, movie wise. But
absolutely,
she's setting the tone too high that like if we're introducing the Eternals, everybody else is kind of like insignificant because these are gods. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what's going to go on with the future of Marvel because we're focusing on Shang-Chi, like other small properties, possibly a Moon Knight. It's like, how are we going to combine all these when we have gods and like normal men? And I don't know.
I agree completely.
Yeah, it's whatever. Keanu Reeves deserves it. Hellboy. This is kind of mainly about David Harbour. He says, we did our best, but there were so many voices to go into these things, and they're not always going to work out. I did what I could, and I feel proud of what I did, but ultimately I'm not in control of a lot of things. So he kind of like continued to say like it was kind of the Marvel stuff was the problem for Hellboy and the reason why it didn't succeed. He really said it's a result of the power of the Marvel stuff. It's like chocolate. It's a flavor. So everybody goes chocolate is delicious, and these guys make the best chocolate. So as you judge the movies, it's like, well, it's not as chocolatey as this. This does not taste like chocolate at all. So in a way, when Hellboy is viewed on the chocolate spectrum, it does very poorly. That being said, it has major problems. Okay, first
you really
off,
went in on that chocolate analogy.
I was like, did you write this shit out? Like, what the fuck? I mean, okay, first impressions of this, I think it's kind of bullshit. Because Logan came out. It's not chocolate. It's like white chocolate. Because, like, Fox made movies, but they didn't make comic book movies. They never stuck to their guns to a comic book movie. They had, like, leather outfits for fucking X-Men.
Yeah,
and Logan's not that. It's a rated R property. It did well. And so is Deadpool. It's different. It's not the same. I think it's kind of like a throwaway for him to make up an excuse, but what are your thoughts on these comments?
It's like a common, and it's a common, like, it's like, Robert Rodriguez, I think at some point, or Quentin Tarantino, one of them, I combine them in my head all the time. James Cameron. It's like a go-to thing to like rag on Marvel for like making like, oh, everyone wants a Marvel movie. Like, no, Marvel is just good at what they do, and because of that, everyone wants to see their films. And yeah, to a degree, if anything, it holds other films to a higher standard. But it's not a matter of every film has to be a Marvel movie. And every film doesn't have to be the same thing as a Marvel movie. Like, they just need to be good films, and they just have to have better marketing. It's that simple.
Well, that's the thing. Every great thing has its fair share of haters, So it's no different in this case. I mean, we said this. We love David Harbour. Stranger Things really was a break for his career, and we want it to continue. But yet again, he's an actor. You can't tie the movie to the actor because I heard he did good in his role. And
Yeah.
it was just a direction. It was kind of a fucking mess, and that's not his fault.
Right.
We'll move on. Kingsman: The Great Games. It's a prequel. I fucking hate prequels, but apparently it's a deadline. They're recruiting Liam Neeson to join. Whatever.
I mean, I really enjoy Liam Neeson, but he doesn't need to be in everything. He doesn't need to be in every action film. Like,
I thought he was supposed to retire after The Commuter.
I thought he was too.
Okay, so I'm not crazy. I thought I heard that.
I think he mentioned it at some point, and then he was like, "Nah, never mind."
Whatever. It's
Either that or he did retire, and this is them trying to get him out of retirement.
Yeah, well, it's like the same shit, but like cartoon. I don't know. I mean, the cast right now is Harris Dixon, Ralph Fiennes, Aaron Taylor Johnson, aka Quicksilver, Stanley Tucci, Charles Dance, Daniel Bruhl, aka the fucking Zemo, and it's Matthew Vaughn directed. Holy crap! I didn't even know.
Yeah,
that.
that's his baby.
Did he do the second one?
Yeah.
Okay,
That's when he left. That's when he left.
Xmen.
Days of Future Past. Yeah, that he was going over to Kingsman.
Okay, so I probably got my properties mixed up because I had a feeling Matthew Vaughn wasn't the director for the second one. This next tidbit's great because fucking Suicide Squad
every week,
every damn week. They pretty much just said that Rick Flag, aka the most pointless character in the movie, is coming back, and rumors are saying Idris Elba. It's not confirmed, but it's a rumor that he's playing the Bronze Tiger, who had an interpretation in Arrow by Michael Jai White, aka the guy I wish they had as Black Panther. There's a lot of potential for the character because he has a lot of ties with Task Force X. And another rumor came up. We've talked about this a couple episodes ago. Like Del Toro is rumored to be the villain, named the General or code name, whatever you want it to be. I really don't have much to say. Rick Flag was kind of bland in Suicide Squad. I don't know. He's kind of forgettable in my opinion. Kiana, what do you think? Because we drag this out all the time.
I mean, I think he was, definitely like on the blander side in the first one, but I like the actor, and I think they could do. I think if this film as a whole is doing more with his characters, I think they could do. I'll be glad they brought him back so they can do more with him.
Yeah. So. All
So.
right. Well, fuck it. We'll go to the next topic. Rambo: Last Blood coming up September 20th. Whoops. I accidentally put the Bronze Tiger shit in there. I thought it was so cheesy when they put the Old Town Road.
Yeah.
I'm like, whatever. I mean, like when I watch a trailer, it looks like it's the Mexican cartel involved.
It is.
And I'll watch it, but I'm not gonna run to the theaters. I'll probably wait for it on DVD or streaming. Like,
I love Sly, but I mean the guy's getting up there in age, and like it's like him and Harrison Ford. They have like they're continuing these characters that are like action heavy, and it's like you're like 80 years. I mean, I don't know, they're 80, maybe 70. You're like 80 years old. Like I don't know that I want somebody to replace your character, but at the same time, it's like I can't realistically look at you beat up these people and expect. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Well, maybe one or two, sure. Like Harrison Ford can pack a punch, but 3-4 characters later, and they're on an endurance run. It just doesn't seem believable. Like, I mean, maybe Sly, because I see him in his workout videos, and it seems like he still has, But even still, like the stuff they have him doing in these movies is like when you were younger, maybe, but now, I mean, I can't see this and realistically suspend my disbelief.
But like, are we even asking for another Rambo movie? Because like Rambo, the fourth one, that could have just ended it right there, and it doesn't even look like Rambo. Like, he doesn't have the headband. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, it just looks like another Stallone movie.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not really excited. And like you said with the Harrison Ford thing, the difference between them is Harrison Ford kills his characters just to like tie loose ends, like Han Solo.
You're not wrong.
So I bet you fucking $100 he's gonna die in the Indiana Jones movie. Like,
yeah, because he said that's a character he doesn't want anyone else playing.
Exactly. Yeah. He's like, no one's gonna replace me. He said that like last week. Yeah. I mean, I could have added it, but I'd be like, nah, fuck it. Like we brought it up once, and it's like, Indiana Jones, who cares?
Oh yeah.
Rambo, I don't know. Fourth one was okay. I only considered the original trilogy. Yeah. I only consider the original trilogy as like the Rambo series, and like I don't think it makes that much money, does it? Like I'm curious, but
I don't think it ever did.
It's like, what, does arthritis not exist with these characters? Like,
man,
confused.
They got too much muscle.
Yeah, I'm just okay. So we can like move on. Last Blood, let it happen. September. I guess that's an okay date. Like, not a lot of movies come out right there. Marvel's Avengers. Finally, dude, took so fucking long. And now there's a reveal on June 10th at E3, which I'm very excited about. Still Square Enix. Like, I remember that teaser trailer, nothing happened of it, and I'm like, I gotta see how this goes. So, do I buy a PS4 or a Switch? Because Ultimate Alliance is coming, but this game, is it tied to Spider-Man? Like, who knows? Like,
I know, because it has the Marvel prefix, so it's like,
you don't know. And I don't know. What was the new tidbits? It's 4-player, right? And it's like,
it has couch co-op, or like drop in, drop out co-op as single player and multiplayer.
I'm so
curious.
And
it has I think did they say it's third person? I feel like they said it was third person.
It's probably third person, yeah. That'd be the smartest. But I'm kind of curious of what the dynamic is. Is it going to be like Spider-Man? Is it going to be like GTA like with superheroes? I don't know. I kind of read the article wrong because it sounded like City of Hero vibes. Like it was really customizable with your character.
No, I think you read it right because I'm pretty sure it said there was customizable aspects.
Well, that's the thing. Like, are you making a character in the Marvel universe, so you like train with Cap and shit like that? Like, I couldn't really understand what the article was saying because with the customization, I'm like, okay, like what are your limits?
Maybe it's like when I read it, but I also didn't really read it. I skimmed it, but I kind of read it like it's like Iron Man. Like you could like I said, you could have his chest beam, or you could have his repulsors. You could upgrade those to upgrade his armor. Captain America, you can like upgrade it. I don't know, like his shield throwing, his strength. I kind of just assumed it would be something like that.
No, it sounds right. I
hope it is. I don't feel like playing as like a nobody. I want to play as them.
Yeah, no, seriously, like it'd be a missed opportunity, and I'm just curious if it's like what type of gameplay it is, and we'll find out, really soon, within a week. It's just the 3rd today.
Assemble in teams of up to 4 players, master extraordinary abilities, customize your heroes to fit your play style, and combine
that's
powers.
What I'm wondering.
I feel like
to your play style,
right? So like if you want, like if Hawkeye's one of the characters, if you want like long range exploding arrows or short range melee Ronin arrows, I don't know, you know what I'm saying, or like Iron Man gauntlets, like upgrade his armor. I'm assuming it's something like that. I'm gonna hope it's something like that until I'm proven otherwise.
Because when I hear that, to your playstyle, that should already be a given with the characters. You know what I mean? Like Black Widow's gonna probably be like medium to short range fighting. Hawkeye's far distant, long range.
Yeah.
Like it already comes with the property, and like when they said customized to your playing or whatever, I was like, okay, so are we making a character? Because I'm kind of the part you just read was the part that confused me. And I was like, okay, I think I'm like reading it wrong, but fuck it, like I don't really care. We'll find out in a week. Like there's a lot of stuff with. Oh, dude, I didn't even talk to you about Death Stranding. Like
that thing is wild. Well, it's Kojima, so what do you expect?
It's so Kojima.
It's actually it's insanity. It's absolutely insanity.
It was literally Metal Gear Solid, but like up to the crazy level. I'm still lost because like you're in World War I.
I don't think we'll ever not be lost.
Yeah, it's like in World War I, World War II, and you have the baby that's the connection. And like, dude, the caption was like, if you're staying connected, if you're not connected. I'm like, what the fuck? Mads Mikkelsen's in it. I'm like, what is going on?
Guillermo del Toro's in it.
Yeah, he's in it. They call him
Norman Reedus.
Yeah, they all have weird names like the Madman or something. I'm like, it's so Kojima because the way he like writes out shit. Like I can't even imagine like the table read for this game with the actors.
Absolutely.
What other notable games are coming to E3? I know there's gonna be more. I do want to see more Ultimate Alliance because I think I'm gonna buy that and get a Switch. But I'm a casual gamer. But like yet again, I do want to get Last of Us 2 because I'm waiting for that fucking game.
That's one of my favorite games. I mean, I'm a hardcore gamer, so E3 is like my birthday's also around it. So like literally. The week of E3 is like it is my favorite time of the year. I get emotional, like I get so excited. But yeah, Last of Us 2, Ghost of Tsushima. I forget how to say the word, but Ghost of Tsushima, whatever. Like those are two PS4 exclusives. Animal Crossing, Luigi's Mansion 3. I think they're gonna show footage of Cyberpunk.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
I want
Cyberpunk.
that game so bad. You have no idea. I
Yo.
want it right now. I want
See,
it right
see
now.
that's like my favorite sci-fi theme, Cyberpunk, because like we talked about Akira. I just love that, and like the Blade Runner aesthetic. Like,
Dude, I get goosebumps when I listen to Blade Runner, when I watch the movie.
noir music. Like,
Oh, it's so good. I get emotional.
What's his name? Van Angelis? I forget his name. He's the fucking composer. But
yeah, it's Vangelis or something. Vangelis.
It's just Cyberpunk's gonna be ridiculous, and like of course they're still working on it, and this
It's like a year off.
Whatever, dude. You know how long we've been waiting for this game? Like since the first teaser. It's been
No,
years.
you're not wrong. Yeah, you're right.
They like last year was the only time they like, oh, remember we made that weird trailer with the robotic girl getting shot at, and like,
well, here you go. Here's more footage.
Like they literally just dropped it, and I'm like, fuck, like it's another huge ass game, so detailed.
Yeah, Evangelist.
Evangelist. Yeah. I'm trying to think of what else is there, but I do want to see Marvel's Avengers.
Halo Infinite.
Fuck Halo. Like I've been
Gears
done with
5, 6. I don't know, whichever Gears it is. I think it's
5.
Gears 5.
Yeah,
Gears
I
5.
do love Gears. I do love Gears. Call of Duty.
Yeah,
Modern
man.
Warfare.
It looks. I haven't bought a Call of Duty since Blops 3, and before that I hadn't bought one since Blops 2. But
Yeah, that's fine, though.
I'm pumped for this one because it looks like it's returning to it's literally not a remake, but it's basically a spiritual remake of Modern Warfare 1, and this was also called Modern Warfare.
Yeah.
But it looks gritty. It looks balls to the wall. So I'm pumped for it, man.
Yeah, I'm excited. I guess it's kind of a remake, but I think there's gonna be slight modifications. But like seeing soap again is kind of cool.
It's like a spiritual, like it's like a spiritual successor, like, but also like a reboot. It's like a reboot.
Yeah.
Because it's like taking the same characters and like the same environment, but it's not necessarily telling the same story.
Yeah, that's what I was assuming what it'd be. But who's doing this? Is it Activision or?
It's Infinity
Ward. Okay, yeah, because that's their property.
Yeah, Activision publishes, and then it rotates. So
it always rotates.
It's Infinity War, Treyarch, and
Treyarch.
The third one usually splits between, I think, like Raven and Sledgehammer or whatever they are. It's usually Sledgehammer.
It's so confusing.
This one's Infinity Ward, yeah.
There's so many. I mean, I stopped. I'd say Black Ops 2. Yeah, it's been a long time. Yeah, I mean, E3 is going to be ridiculous, especially with new announcements, like just games that we're not even mentioning.
That we don't know about.
Yeah. Final Fantasy VII, they're definitely going to have something for that.
Yeah.
Can't wait for that. Pokemon Sword and Shield. Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah, we got a direct. We have a direct this 2 days from now, Wednesday at 9 a.m. Eastern time. They're gonna have a quick little video conference explaining some of the game.
See, that's the thing. I'm a casual gamer, so I'm probably gonna get a Switch. But like we didn't bring this up. Ghostbusters coming back for a remake.
Dude, I was so pumped.
I love Switch. That game. It's perfect for Switch. It's perfect for Switch.
I'm gonna buy it twice because I want to buy it on PS4 for multiple reasons. One, because it's a Sony movie, so I just feel like you have to get on a Sony console. 2, because I want it at like this highest fidelity. And 3, because I love the DualShock, but I have to also buy it on Switch because I like having that on my Switch, having it on the go, having it on a Nintendo console, having it so my game icon is right next to Luigi Mansion 3. Like,
yes, when that comes out.
I'm so pumped.
I can't wait for Luigi's Mansion. That's what's like selling me on the Switch too. It's like Luigi's Mansion, and
and there's 4 games that are going to be announced that you don't even know about.
Doom Eternal coming to Switch.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Dude, Mortal Kombat with the downloadable combat pack. Oh my god.
Dude, Spawn.
Dude, they're gonna have Ash and Terminator. It's gonna happen.
I love Ash. This gonna be. I'm gonna have to get the game now.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, fuck. And Shang Tsung looks like a new main. Like,
yeah,
he looks
way
fun as hell. Too cheap. And he says, "Your soul is mine." I was like, no.
He said the thing.
He said it. Yeah. And I was telling my buddy, I was like, yo, you know what they should have done when he said that? They should have had Liu Kang's little brother yelling. They should have had that.
They should have had it, man. You're right. You're absolutely right.
See, that's the thing. I love NetherRealms because they're so fucking good with communicating with an audience and like, oh, they like really set it up. This is like a prime example of how video game companies should accommodate fans, unlike fucking EA or something. It's just, oh man, I'm excited, and I do want to get it on the Switch, even though the graphics are worse. But it's the point that you can take it on portability.
Absolutely.
Final bonus round: Galaxy's Edge, Star Wars Land, opening up this past weekend in Disneyland. Insane. I'm really excited, and it's going to open August 29th in Disney World. Dude, the past 12 hours, I've been looking up, because they're having an event where you can make your own lightsaber, like customizable. But, dude, it's $200. But like, I hear the lightsabers are like metal, and they're heavy. And I'm like,
yeah, they look cool as, like, it looks
real.
like you're making a movie prop.
Like, if you look it up, tonight, it's insane, and I think it's worth the $200 if I go. Like, I'm gonna drink my blue milk. I'm gonna be having my fucking lightsaber, my customizable lightsaber with a Bonta tooth at the bottom. Like,
you're gonna go. You're gonna order at the cantina. You're gonna Dun, 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 dun.
But dude, like I just like I can't wait. Like I'm definitely gonna, when I go, I'm definitely gonna spend $200 on my credit card.
Yeah, when I go,
just go.
I'm not going until I'm I have enough money so when I go, I'm like a gangster and I'm spending all my credits. Like I'm just like, sure, I'll buy $200 lightsaber. Sure, I'll build a $200 droid. Like when I go.
Yes, the droid. I forgot about the droids. You can make a BB unit or a fucking R unit. This is insane. Dude, Disney is the Illuminati. This is not fair. They have so much, and that's Disneyland. We're not even talking about Disney World, like that.
Yeah, dude, when it opens up at Disney World,
it's
like
insane.
it's gonna be even better, just because like there's so much other stuff around it. Like
the priority is like making my lightsaber, because I was looking it up. So you start off by they show you a thing of like a design of 4 lightsabers. And they're like, oh, here, which one do you like? You have like protector, power, elemental, and like defense. And like they all look different. Like you have your typical Luke Skywalker ones, but the elemental ones like mixed with like wood and all this shit. And I'm like, oh my God. And like the way that people like are customizing it, I'm like, I don't give a fuck.
It's their version of the Harry Potter wand.
It really is. And the fact that they said, like, even though it's $200, it's metal and it's heavy, like, it's like quality. Like, I would just have I would take out the blade and just have it like mount that saber.
Right, that hilt, like that's your hilt.
Yeah,
that's your hilt. That's so cool.
Yeah, and like just have it mounted on my desk. Like, oh fuck, man, it's like it's just unfair. It's unfair what Disney has.
It is
unfair, and plus they have the bar. Like, I'm gonna drink the green and blue milk. I'm going to try every alcoholic beverage on the menu. Like,
absolutely.
I can't imagine.
Some of them sound really good.
They do, and I'm like, I wonder how much each fucking drink is. That's the problem. Like,
I know like you can get a tasting of every beer they have on tap. It's like $200 for like no reason.
Oh, see, that's such a
fucking. But I think that's just like, I think most drinks. I was looking at the prices last night. I think the highest a regular drink gets is like $30, which is expensive. But I mean, it's like once you're there, like, you might as well just enter the mode of like, I have $1 million. That means, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, if you go there and if you go there and you're on a budget, you're not gonna be able to experience it as much.
Dude, I looked up so much information. I already know what saber I want to make. Like, here's the elemental one. I'm gonna send it to you. This is like the designs they have, but like it looks hot because they have like a tooth on the bottom and it's all customizable. But that's just one example. You can customize like the hilt and all these the emitter too can be like changed out. And I'm like, fuck. Like I can't wait. It's just, I don't know. It's the thing. Am I gonna go immediately in August? No.
Oh, that's nasty.
I like the one on the left with the tooth.
Yeah, that's
and
hot.
The leather grip.
Yeah, that's hot.
But it's like, I'm not gonna go to August because I'm waiting for it to die off. You know?
Oh my gosh, I'm not going until 2021.
You think so? 2021?
No, yeah, because so I'm not going this year because it's not gonna die. It's not gonna die off this year.
No
and then
way.
if I just wait another year, like then that's going to be 2020, and then 2021 is Disney World's 50th anniversary. So they're going to open up a new Tron ride, and Tron's my favorite film. Tron and Ghostbusters are my two, like tied for my favorite film. They're opening up a new Tron Legacy ride in 2021. They're opening up the Guardians of the Galaxy ride in 2021. They'll be finished Galaxy Edge in 2021. They have a Ratatouille ride in 2020. They have all these things opening. The hotel should be open by then. The hotel that's like a Westworld, Star Wars Westworld will be open by 2021. It should be. So that's what I'm like. I'm just gonna, at this point, I'm just gonna wait, and like really like save up the money. So when I go, it's just like all these new things, balls to the wall, experience it. Ugh.
Yeah, you're doing it right. Honestly, I think that's a smart way. And I'm like sending you pictures of Defense, like it's another version that you can pick a class.
It looks so good.
But yeah, and like the bottom one I just sent you is like all the pieces and parts, and then you put your Kyber crystal in the middle.
That must be such an experience. That has to be so like you have to get goosebumps like actually because it's like doing the scene from the film.
We're literally getting chills talking about this. I'm just like, this is what I've been watching like the past 12 hours. I'm like, fuck, like there's so much shit they have there, and like you're right because 2021 they're gonna keep updating it and seeing what they can fix and what can they, add as products and stuff.
Yeah, because when it opens at Disney World, and even now when it's open, it's still it's phase 1 because
it really is
the Disneyland version. They're not done their second ride. There's 2 rides.
Yeah, they got the Resistance coming.
Yeah,
yeah.
So and then and then in Disney World they're not gonna have the hotel, the Westworld type hotel, open till probably mid 2021 because the whole experience is going to be built around your stay, and it's going to be like virtual like interactions, and like your window could turn into like make it look like you're in outer space. It's crazy.
Yeah, I just want my fucking lightsaber so bad.
You're gonna go build the license and come back.
Yeah, you know what's funny though? Like you obviously know you can buy robes and shit, like Jedi robes and like Sith robes, but apparently you can't wear it on site because they're gonna get you confused with workers and shit.
Yeah, that makes sense. I was reading the comments of that, and somebody was like, "Yeah, they don't want the film Hellfest to come to life when like people dress up as like and you think they're part of the show, and then they like, here, come with me to do this secret thing, and it turns out they're like a murderer or something." Like, I'm fine with them not letting anyone wear because every other character's gonna there's gonna be characters dressed up like actual cast members who look like aliens and stuff, so it's gonna become hard to know who's like a part of the cast and who's not.
Yeah, I was thinking like I'm kind of curious of how much the robes are gonna cost because I'm looking at them right now. Like the Jedi robes look sick. I'd probably get like a Sith one, but you can get these outfits are showing like the hilt, like the lightsaber clip, and everything. Like maybe I cop it for like New York Comic Con or something. But yet again, it's Disney prices. It's not gonna come cheap.
Yeah, it's gonna be expensive as hell.
It's just. Yeah, if you're gonna go to Disney, you're gonna have to really plan this shit out and like
you stay at the resort when it's built.
Oh, dude.
It says you can take a shuttle pod directly to the Star Wars land, Galaxy's Edge.
Dude, fuck the rest of Disney. I would just be in Star Wars land the whole time. The whole time.
Yeah, like it's so immersive that it's like you can't not spend the whole time there.
But that's the thing. I'm not waiting till I have kids to fucking do it because I'm gonna be buying myself shit, and I'm like, no.
Oh yeah, no. If you wait till you have kids, you'd never be able to afford it.
No way. And like, I'm not bringing my girlfriend. Like, I'm going straight like with friends or something. Like, there's
you gotta be able to experience it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be like immersed.
It's funny because like the lightsabers, the custom ones are 200, so it's like 215 plus tax. The legacy sabers are like the replicas of the like all the movie properties, and they're only 100. I'm like, damn, the fucking customizables are more expensive, but
because they're probably made from like the same, like they're probably made from the same materials. So it's the fact that you get the experience on top of it is what adds the premium.
Yeah, let's just slap another $100 for a 15-minute experience. It's legit 15 minutes, and I'm like, okay, that's cool, whatever, fuck it. But like, they know how to. It's gonna be a group of 40-year-old men. Just storming that shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
and
man.
that tooth at the bottom.
It's gonna be cool because Mandalorian's coming out. I don't know when that's coming out with Disney Plus. I would love to buy a Mandalorian outfit if they could sell one. you know how badass that'd be?
Like $1 gajillion.
Oh my god.
That'd be unlimited. Oh, it's
take my credit card.
It's going to premiere with Disney Plus on November 12th. It's going to launch with it.
And dude, it's already signed for season 2. Like I was watching the leaks again for it. It's literally on YouTube. They didn't delete it. I don't know why. Um, I'm just so excited.
Wait, the trailer was leaked?
Yeah, look it up right now.
Oh,
Legit.
shit. I didn't know that.
Look up the Mandalorian trailer. They have like bootleg, but they're good bootlegs, and they have
Wait,
behind
what?
the scenes clip.
How did I miss
you
this?
not see this yet? Oh, you need to watch it right now. You need to fucking watch it.
Lower it real quick.
Nah, you're good. That's so funny.
Oh, I didn't know they. Oh my gosh. Why have they not released this to us?
Nah, it was leaked. It's not supposed to be official, but dude, it looks badass. Especially as Pedro Pascal as a
I love that
Mandalorian.
I love Pedro.
So crazy.
Oh, it looks so good.
Oh, dude, you don't even understand. This is 5 years after Return of the Jedi, too.
Oh, is it?
So,
damn, look how good it. Oh, it looks savage.
It looks so
like
gritty.
Rogue One.
Dude, I can't believe you haven't seen this yet. That's so funny.
Oh, it looks gritty.
It's so gritty.
But like in a good way, not like unnecessarily gritty. It just looks like it's like intense.
Yeah. Oh, you're gonna see a surprise cameo from someone. You'll see. I'll let you find out.
Why did they not release this trailer yet? I want to see. I want to see in high quality. Look at that
dude.
robot. It was I blah blah blah. Like I8, whatever his name is. Oh, this is so good. Oh, and I got my boy. What's his name? Guillermo, whatever his name is. Guillermo Esposito. Oh my gosh, that looks so good.
Yeah, man, I'm excited. Is that the trailer you're watching or the clip?
This is the trailer. Yeah, the trailer.
Oh yeah, with Gina Carano.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's such a good trailer, and plus, like, if you watch, there's another clip in there. You'll see. It's him talking to the stormtroopers because he's making a deal with them because they're kind of on the run, and it's like, it's like post World War II, not like Nazis. Like they're. Like,
that's dope. I like that.
And it's like the fact that it's like the outer rim, and it's like it's not tied to Jedi and shit. Like that's just it makes it.
Oh, okay. I see what you're talking about. It's like a little clip, and I see it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, watch that. I'm like looking up the Mandalorian right now. Yeah, no, he looks
so
badass. And I'm surprised they didn't delete it.
I'm just, at this point just release the high.
Release
if you're gonna leave the cam footage, then just release the high footage trailer, the high def trailer first, so everyone can see it.
And they already have a behind the scenes because Bryce Dallas Howard's directing an episode. Taika Waititi's directing an episode. It's like so many like different directors. It's like insane.
Yeah, it's crazy. Bryce Dallas Howard got into the directing game like her dad.
Oh, I didn't even know her dad directed.
Yeah, Ron Howard.
Oh shit! Ron Howard is her dad.
Yeah.
Holy crap! I didn't even see the resemblance.
I know it's because of Arrested Development.
Oh, that makes sense now. Are you watching the clip?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I'll let you watch it. But yeah, Pedro Pascal is the perfect voiceover.
I loved it. I love him, man. I'm so happy that he's being successful.
Yeah, like Game of Thrones, Narcos, now this.
Kingsman 2.
Kingsman, yeah. Oh, I forgot about that. The what's it called? The Statesman? Is what they're called?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's looking so good. I'm trying to look at pictures right now, but yeah, dude, they need a Mandalorian character, and like the fact that he's like he doesn't take off his mask like Judge Dredd to keep the mystery. Like
yeah.
That's the best part.
I love me some Carl Weathers.
Yo, Carl Weathers is the fucking man.
He's a G.
I met him in person. It was really cool.
For real?
Yeah, at a horror convention by Crown Plaza on Cherry Hill.
Oh, Monster Mania?
Yeah.
I went to it when The Walking Dead was there. That's how I met Herschel. R.I.P. man. Scott Wilson before he passed.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah, we should go next time they're here. Next time Monster Mania's here, we should go.
Yeah, no, seriously. They still have it. So I was
every year. And every year they like amp it up and they get more people coming.
Yeah. I just think it's because of the nerd culture is growing so much. It's like crazy.
Oh, absolutely.
Because my brother bought a Predator mask from there, and he hangs it on his wall. It's pretty bad.
Oh, let me. Anytime you're in a cantina, anytime you're in a bar, it's like automatically. Oh, look at that! They're roasting an alien.
Yeah, the monkey.
Yeah. What's that? Dude, that's straight from Jabba the Hutt's.
Yeah, his pet and shit.
Yeah.
Dude, they're selling that as a gift, and You get your own animatronic like monkey on your shoulder.
What?
It's like, I'm for real. But like the whole like the atmosphere is what sells it.
It looks so good.
And it's good quality bootleg.
Yeah, no, like it whoever it was must have had like an iPhone X or something.
Yeah, at least.
Who this old man?
Oh, you saw Stormtroopers?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's such a good scene. I can already tell I like the Mandalorian by his dialogue in this scene. I can hear it too.
Ooh.
Yeah, this is the scene right here. Yeah, 4-1. I like those odds. Such a gunslinger. I can't wait.
The drama, dude. Like, I just imagine watching this and having an hour, like every time, just like sitting there and getting like this cinematic quality show.
Yeah,
for an hour every.
I really hope they have a long season, because I'll be really bitter if it's too short. You know.
Yeah, did they say how many episodes it has yet?
No, I'm about to look it up while you watch that. Episode count. Slash Film apparently says they have it. This is old though.
Episodes.
Okay, so each of the directors are directing 2 episodes. So just give me a number.
I don't want to do math.
Yeah, but there's a lot of names. If it's at least a 10-episode season, I'd be happy. I think 6 is a little too short.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And especially like you're gonna hype it up and have it leading.
It's 8.
8? Okay, that's in the middle. That's not bad.
Because wait, let me see. Yeah, 8 episodes. Yep.
All right, I don't mind that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, yeah. All right, that's not bad. That's in the middle. You're meeting in the middle.
Because then you're gonna have like 8 hours of solid content.
Solid content.
Yeah, not like episode 8. Like usually when like in the Marvel Netflix shows which we talked about, by like episode 9 or 10, you're like, okay, I'm ready for like this. I'm ready for the finale. And then because there's 3 or 4 more episodes, they have to create this like inorganic like last minute development to keep it going. Like every time you get to 10, it's like, okay, this seems like a good endpoint. And it's like, oh no, wait, this character just died, or this character just revealed this, and it's like, oh, now we gotta do another 3 episodes to wrap up.
Dude, you know what excited me? The fact that the Los Pollos Locos guy is in it.
Yeah, I love me some Esposito, or whatever his name is. What is his name?
I forget.
It starts with his first name starts with a G, and his last name starts with an E.
I'm looking up Pollos Locos guy.
Esposito.
Did you watch the behind the scenes?
I think it's like auto playing now.
Oh, true. Yeah, man. I'm surprised you didn't see that yet, but I'm surprised it didn't get taken down either.
What the hell is this guy's name?
Dude, the fact that he has a rifle and 2 handguns is like nice.
Yeah, I love the gunslinger vibe, dude. It's like kind of reminds me of Westworld a little bit, to be honest.
A little bit, and like
yeah,
the fact that he knocked the stormtrooper's mask off, like the piece of it. Woo!
It's gonna be so good, dude.
Now that I'm like looking at it, like I'm on Star Wars fever right now because Galaxy's Edge just came out. It's unfair, and like if he becomes a big name, like they better have some Mandalorian armor or something to sell.
Giancarlo Esposito.
Esposito, okay.
I know his last name is Esposito, but his first name is so many letters that I wasn't, or like so many vowels, I wasn't sure how to pronounce it.
Yeah, no, it's insane.
I think it's Giancarlo, according to Wikipedia, but Giuseppe. Oh, his full name is Giancarlo Giuseppe Alessandro Esposito. That's a strong name.
He's a strong Hispanic name.
That's a strong name. His father is Italian, and his mother is African American.
Oh, damn! What?
That
thick ass name.
He would not have expected that.
What? I thought he's Hispanic.
I thought he was Spanish. He plays a Spanish guy in Maze Runner.
And he doesn't slip up on accents either.
He
sounds fluent.
We're just gonna say he's Spanish. That's it.
Oh, I forgot to mention this: Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. That
that's gonna be shown. Yeah,
but it's EA though, so I'm kind of like.
Yeah, but it's Respawn. It's EA, but it's also Respawn who's making it. Okay. And Respawn is like Titanfall and stuff, and they're pretty good with their stuff.
All right, I'll trust it. It's the thing. I got like a stigma for EA.
Oh yeah, you have every right to. They suck.
No, absolutely. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna wrap up the episode because we're just nerding out. Guys, thank you for tuning in. Joined by Keanu, of course. Every week on Monday, we drop movie news. And if you want to get to know more information, find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Stitcher, and especially YouTube. But be sure to follow us on Instagram and like our Facebook page. I'll see you guys next week.